Hey, good evening YouTube. This is Coins in the Wild and it's me, Chris. And today we're going to talk about our latest coin shop haul. And we're going to start with the 1961 Philadelphia Mint Roosevelt dime, the 1962 Philadelphia Mint Roosevelt dime, the 1963 Philadelphia Mint Roosevelt dime, as you can see there, and then finally the 1964. Well, why show all of these coins? Why is this important? Well, you may notice that I'm starting to collect a series of runs, and it really brings me to the topic of coin collecting strategies. It's really important to have a strategy, otherwise you'll tend to just collect anything that you find. Maybe eventually you might have a lot of nice pieces, but they might be all scattered about and nothing really makes sense in your strategy. And that's kind of what was happening to me. I had a lot of silver bullion coins from different parts of the world, but eventually nothing was really coming together. And so I thought I needed to take time to refine my strategy. So I wanted to show you some of the things that I picked up from my local coin shop, because I really am a big believer that there's a lot of good things that you can find. And you'll notice this is a 1965 Philadelphia Mint silver Kennedy half dollar. Being a 65, I think it's 40% silver. And then this is the reverse of the coin. Whoops. I want to show you that. And it just basically brings me to the thought that we have to have a strategy in mind, whether we're collecting a series of coins or whether we're collecting coins from a certain year. We really need to have a strategy. Otherwise, your set may come to start to look like my set, and where you have just a variety of coins with no real rhyme or reason. But the other part of why I wanted to share this with you is some of the coins that I have here. You might notice like this 1961 Philadelphia Mint penny. I like this penny. It actually has the red. It's a good looking penny. And one of the reasons why I wanted to show it was because it's really important to recognize when you see value. And so I was at my local coin shop and I saw these in just like a little coin catalog they had over to the side, and I started pulling through them, and I noticed that they had a series: 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Some of them were picked through. Some people obviously found the Franklin half dollars and the quarters, and they pulled them out knowing they were silver. But the others were left behind because I got the dimes and then the Kennedy half dollar. But what it shows is, you know, a coin this old, for example, this 1961, is almost 60 years old, and it is obviously it's in mint condition, and that would make this coin very valuable. And if not today, in the future, it would be really valuable. And so that kind of brings me to the point of what's your strategy? What are you looking for when you collect coins? Is there a particular series that you're looking for? Do you collect a certain year? Are you looking, like me, I'm looking for quality. Quality over quantity is going to be my new strategy. And that might surprise you, but all of these are really good quality coins. I found quite a few more. This 1965 Washington quarter, it's uncirculated. As you can see, this quarter is in fantastic condition. Has no marks on it as far as the eye can see, and I've even put this under my 5x magnifier, and I can't really see anything discernible on this coin. And of course that's left up to the grading companies to ultimately decide. But that's a part of the reason why I'm bringing up this topic in this video, is the coin companies have a lot of say so in terms of what is valuable, in terms of how they grade them and so forth. Now you'll notice this holder is marked as a 1963 Philadelphia Mint uncirculated, but the coin itself, if I turn this the right way, you can see, is a 1965 Philadelphia Mint Jefferson nickel uncirculated. And because the coin companies have such a hold over the market, you might say, because of their grading, you know, they determine which coin is really valuable or not, depending on the grade that it's given. It really is important that you really search out quality over quantity. And I've been one to, in the past, really do quantity and not really consider so much the quality of a coin. And so that's one of the things I thought I'd bring up this evening. in this evening's video? Well, there are so many of these. Here's a 1963 silver proof, and I didn't include this in the others because if you look closely at this, and it's not as discernible on this particular image, but it actually has a few really modest surface marks, and so I thought it'd be important to really point that out. But that's this one here. So 1963 Philadelphia Mint silver proof dime. Now most of these dimes, and I don't think this one does, but most of these dimes have full bands. And so if you know what that is, you know that that makes these dimes more valuable. And so it's pretty remarkable that you can find a coin that's almost 63 years old and still in fantastic condition. Now there were other things that I found, like this 1965 silver Kennedy half dollar, which I bought simply for the melt value. And so I picked this up, and you know, it's a good thing to have in the collection, so I have that there as well. Now there's quite a few more things that I found. For example, there's 1937 Philadelphia Mint Buffalo nickel. I don't know anything about Buffalo nickels, but what I did know when I looked at this in the coin book was that it seemed to be a fairly good quality. It's basically in an AU condition, but it's still nice for a 1937 Philadelphia Mint Buffalo nickel. So my first purchase of a Buffalo nickel, and I couldn't be more pleased. It's a nice coin. So something for me just to file away for future reference, and hopefully at some point start collecting the Buffalo nickels. Now the other things I wanted to show you, there was another thing that I started to collect because I found a series of them while I was at the coin shop. And it was these 1982 San Francisco Mint proof coins. So you'll see this is the Kennedy half dollar, and it's in actually really good condition. In fact, in this light, you really can't see what good condition it is. It's in, but it is. And here's the reverse of the coin, and that's also in really nice condition. So what's your strategy? What are you collecting these days? What are you after? It's really an important question to consider. I think after a while, every collector realizes that they need to formulate a strategy. And so I'm working on quality over quantity. If I missaid that earlier, I didn't mean to, but here's another one. 1982 San Francisco Mint proof. This is the quarter that goes with this series. It's a set. Here is the dime, and I actually think the dime of all of the coins with that deep cameo is probably in the more remarkable condition. Now the 1982s have taken a bit of a hit when it comes to value, but I think in the future, just hanging on to this, it should come back around because everything goes up and down. Nothing stays the same. And here is the 1982 San Francisco Mint Jefferson nickel. Now, when you look at this in person, you can tell this has not only the cameo, but a bit of frosting on the coin as well. So that's kind of neat. And this is a proof coin. And so I have the series. I found also the penny, and I went ahead and pulled these from there as well. So really a nice mint set of coins. I don't know why they were separated out. Maybe the owner finally took out a mint set and separated it out, hoping to retrieve the value. Maybe they weren't able to actually sell the mint set, so they were retrieving the value by doing it this way, one at a time. So that's one way of doing it. Another thing that I found that was kind of unique at this store, and it's actually getting a bit of toning, I noticed it earlier today, is I purchased the following day at this particular store, I purchased this 1966 special mint set, still in the original packaging. All of these coins look really, really great in person. The nickel is starting to show quite a bit of toning on the coin, not only on the obverse, but also on the reverse. You can see it, and maybe the light is starting to show it, but it's getting a bit of that gold toning, and that's only going to make this coin more desirable to collectors and investors. So just, you know, something I wanted to share with everyone, talk to YouTube in general to see who was had developed a strategy of their own when it came to coin collecting. And as you can see, I've got quite a few coins. I actually ended up buying approximately 25 to 30 coins from that shop, including some Silver Eagles. And overall, it's what's fitting into my strategy, quality over quantity. So what do you think, YouTube? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my collection, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have comments about what you're collecting, please include it in the section below. And please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Thanks again, YouTube. This is Coins in the Wild. It's me, Chris, and I'm glad you could be with us tonight. Thanks again. Bye now.